Hi, I'm Pam, and I'm here to talk about video games. Today I'm talking about a great game from earlier this year that really scratched the itch of adventuring through a complex map full of secrets, shortcuts, and surprises. It's Astalon: Tears of the Earth. Astalon is a retro-styled metroidvania developed by Labsworks and available pretty much everywhere. I played on Xbox. It was released in June of 2021. You play as 3 different characters who are out to save their village from poisoned water by delving into a dark and twisted tower that seems to be the source of the problem. Each character has a slightly different moveset that will help you not only defeat enemies, but also explore. Arius is a warrior with a solid defense and a sword that can cut through blue vines. Kayuli the rogue wields a bow with an immense range that packs a punch and can double jump up walls. Algus the wizard has a frankly somewhat overpowered ranged magic attack and can activate magical switches. You can change which character you're controlling at campfires you find throughout the tower. I initially thought that having to change characters like this would make things kind of tedious, and in fact, I had played the demo on Switch a number of months ago and never even finished it because of this. However, after hearing more and more about the game, I decided to just go ahead and buy the full copy, and I loved it. This is one of the most satisfying maps to work through. You're constantly being presented with barriers that you'll sooner or later be able to surpass. At the start of the game, it's mostly locked doors that require single-use, color-coded keys that block your way. You can find these keys in many places and often have to choose which doors to use them on. However, as the game goes on, your characters will be gaining new abilities like levitation or wall climbing that let them progress further as well. Almost every screen is likely to hold a secret or two. Things like killing all the enemies to cause extra orbs to drop, solving simple puzzles, or finding false walls. Often you get items you won't be able to use right away, or find clues that you'll need later. You're rewarded for having a keen eye and being thorough. There is a constant sense of progression in Astalon. Whether it's opening a new path, defeating enough of a certain enemy type to fill out their bestiary entry, finding a new ability, or even a power-up as seemingly insubstantial as one single extra health point. I appreciated all of them. While I wouldn't call the combat in the game overly challenging, I did find my health being whittled down fairly consistently. A small enemy might get a hit in before I killed it, a stray projectile might take me off guard, or I might land on some spikes if I miss time to jump. The challenge comes from the fact that you have few options to restore your health. Campfires only occasionally let you rest and restore some of it when there's new story to be shared. Usually, they're solely for saving and changing characters. There are candles spread throughout the game that you can destroy to gain back some health, but they give you very little of it, and they don't respawn on their own. So yeah, even one extra health point is an exciting thing to find. You know that old idiom that you can't have pleasure without pain? This game exemplified that. There were some times when I felt like it was punishing me. The most obvious way is that each time I died, it made me start again from the entrance of the tower rather than the last campfire I had visited. It turns out that one of the characters, and this is revealed right at the beginning, has a secret. He's made a pact with the Titan of Death. He's traded his soul for the ability to return to life after being defeated, until the mission is complete. So when you die, you enter the tower anew, but this time with all the knowledge you've gained and passages you've opened up. This makes finding shortcuts exceptionally satisfying. Each one is going to reduce that run back or make your next go at exploring a little easier. And there are elevators in the tower. It's a very strange system architecturally, but hey, magic. Elevators will allow you to travel quickly to each zone once you've activated them, and boy does finding a new one feel good. Dying also means you get a chance to buy power-ups for the Titan you sold your soul to, using the orbs that drop from any enemy you defeat. These include things like extra health, the ability to see more things on the map, and strength upgrades and new combat abilities specific to each character. This isn't a game that's too focused on boss fights. There aren't too many major ones, and I didn't find any of them all that difficult. Though, since I was inspired to explore very thoroughly, I was quite strong as I made my way through them. If you're skipping optional areas and taking a more direct route through the tower, your mileage may vary. Though that will also mean you're missing a lot of what makes the game great. I played the game until I had found every item, completely filled out my bestiary, and had my map at an infuriating 99% complete. I will find that last square though. I love how this game wears its NES inspiration on its sleeve. The developers understand what made those classic games great, while at the same time having an understanding and adapting to all of the quality of life improvements that have been made since then. The level design is bright and colorful, with all kinds of fun little details to notice. Enemies manage to be both intimidating and a little goofy looking in their design, especially the many cyclopean creatures you'll face. And the way the characters you'll be switching between present in bold primary colors is quite effective. The chiptune soundtrack is also full of some real bangers. It's energetic and full of great drum beats, but there's also the occasional more spooky sounding track. I'd definitely buy this on vinyl. I have only a few criticisms of the game. The three main characters aren't terribly well balanced. I found Algus to be stronger and more versatile than the others, so I played as him most of the time. I don't think it's too much of a problem though, and the game does a good job of getting you to switch in order to make use of other abilities, especially later in the game. Some improvements could be made to the interface when you're buying upgrades. For many items, you don't find out what they do until after you buy them. Sometimes that meant I spent orbs on things I didn't actually want. And a little arrow to indicate that there's more if you scroll down would be aces. On Xbox, there were also a few bugs I experienced, like achievements not triggering or the occasional visual glitch. But none of these things impacted my enjoyment of the game all that much. If you end up liking Astalon as much as I did and want more, there are unlockable extra game modes, which include letting you play through as other characters and a boss rush. Astalon Tears of the Earth has a great balance of combat, platforming, and exploration. But it is the exploration part that really makes it special. Fighting my way through its terrible tower had me completely engrossed. I was thrilled every time I entered a secret area, opened a useful shortcut, or found an item that made one of the characters more interesting to play. This is a world you'll want to uncover in its entirety. And if that sounds appealing to you, go play Astalon. If you want to see more, check out one of my other videos like my review of Ender Lilies, or something else. I have a Patreon if you want to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.